Hello, everyone. This is the Book Corner, where I do book reviews, talk about books, and now I'm also talk about TV shows of the spooky nature and movies and several things. So I started watching the Night Gallery. Um, I was introduced to the Night Gallery over 10 years ago, and I think it was maybe probably about 14 years ago that I was introduced to the Night Gallery, probably maybe 15, 16 years ago. And there was a gentleman that I used to go to, and I used to, visit and make sure that people around him did not believe that nobody was coming over, because the amount of money he spent on DVDs, this is before Blu-ray, way before Blu-ray. The amount of money he spent on DVDs definitely did bring a lot of attention. This man was a fanatic when it came to movies, television shows, things like that. So I decided to go ahead and pick the Night Gallery up. I showed you guys in yesterday's video where I was showing, I got this book and I got these TV shows and everything. It has now gotten to the point in my, getting the movies and TV shows that I'm actually going to have to purchase a third rack, which I will probably end up getting probably next month, because I'm actually, the only thing I'm actually going to be purchasing next week is going to be the Twilight Zone on Blu-ray, and though that is actually going to be going onto my rack, and that's actually going to be the last big purchase as far as TV shows I'm going to be doing in a long time. So next month I definitely am going to be buying that. But anyways, so I put in disc 1, and I will say that disc 1 had no issues at all. I was really happy about that. And it had 3 stories on it. So the first one was known as The Cemetery. And Roddy McDowall was actually in the show, in that episode. And it was basically about this nephew. So this elderly man, he had made his will out a couple years prior, where he made his daughter the sole beneficiary, but there was a provision that if she was not alive, that her next of kin would inherit the wealth and all that type of stuff. And so apparently the daughter was no longer alive, and so it would go to the nephew. And the nephew and not the nephew. So apparently these two did not get along. And the doctor had told him, or told the family and the help, that he could not be near drafts, so they always had the windows closed. So this guy was so greedy and so bent and determined to basically kill his grandfather that he opened up the window and let the draft in, and the poor guy died. So nobody liked him. The physician didn't like him. The attorney didn't like him. The caretaker, the help didn't like him. Nobody liked him. And the first time that I watched this episode of The Night Gallery, I was immediately drawn to the painting of the cemetery. And this was something that the grandfather had painted back when he was able to paint. So he had it hung on the wall, and apparently he liked it because it was something he had made with his hands. So during the course of the episode, the you see the like, the grandfather dies and is buried and all that type of stuff, and they think, oh, okay, gonna be some time before we bury the grandson. And so over the course of the episode, it looks as though the grandfather is coming back to life, or his spirit is rising up from the grave and coming and act revenge. Well, it turns out that it was all an elaborate ruse. It was all designed to scare the living daylights out of this guy, to the point that he either had an accident or he ran out of his house. Well, for the grandson, he ended up dying. And we all find out that we all find out the truth of the matter. The twist is that the grandson is actually the one who actually comes back to get his revenge, which is hopefully not spoiling it for people. So the episode was very good. It was scary, but it was good scare. So the second one was about this woman who has a lot of money, and she knows how to get secrets out from anyone. So she wants to see again, even if for a short, period of time. She wants to be able to see. And she's a very vain woman. A very vain woman. And she decides to go for this procedure to restore her sight, which the doctor says she will only have sight for 11 hours. So for 11 hours she will be able to see, and she will be able to walk around and take in the sights and all that type of stuff. And during the whole course, you're like, okay, why the heck would somebody give you their eyes, knowing perfectly well that they're going to be blinded for the rest of their life? They're not going to be able to do the stuff they used to be able to do. And we all find out the guy who is giving his eyes actually has a $9,000 debt. And so with the money that he gets basically selling his eyes, he's able to pay his debt. The thing about it is the episode has a twist that kind of like makes you think the operation really did not work. Until there's a reason why it supposedly did not work. It actually did. But the city ends up having a blackout, which is very, because she actually believes for 10 and a half hours or 10 hours and 45 minutes or whatever amount of time that she has left that the surgery did not work. And then of course the sun comes up and she realizes that the surgery had worked, but that her time's up, which is interesting. The next one is one I was telling my brother about, and it's entitled The Painting, and basically it's about this Nazi war criminal that's on the run for his crimes against humanity, and how all he wanted to be was a fisherman. And he finds out that he can go into this painting of this fisherman by the lake. And the ending has this twist to it. So overall, the first 3 episodes of The Night Gallery were superb. I really enjoyed them. They did live up to the career that they were a part of. When I get home tonight, I probably will not watch any Night Gallery. I did finish watching the first season of the X-Files, and it was really good. And you can, I don't know if you can start seeing it, a little bit of a hint of what these two characters are going to have for each other, but it's kind of interesting, because when you look at all the 90s stuff, like they didn't have the internet like they have now. You could not go on internet and look up people's phone numbers. All the stuff that you can do now that you couldn't do back in the early 90s. I think I was like 14 or something, which shows how old I am now. But yeah, and it's so weird that back in the 90s you don't see people wearing masks or doing social distancing or anything like that. But it was really cool to see all the 90s, see Bill Clinton's picture on the wall, because government offices have to have a picture of the president. And it was just really cool, and I really enjoyed it immensely. Tomorrow, I'm actually going to start on the second season of the X-Files. And I'll probably watch like one disc, because I only have time to watch one disc. And then if I'm off on Monday, I will probably watch maybe disc 2 and disc 3. As far as I notice on the packaging, season 2 has the longest list of episodes. So once I have watched the entire season, I will do a review of that season. But yeah, so if you guys did not grow up with the X-Files in the 90s and you get it, you're going to notice that there's a lot of elements that are missing from it, like what is known today as woke culture. They use words like transvestite and things like not transgender, because trust me, the guy that was able to change from a female to male, he was not transgender. He wasn't even anything. He was just a killer that preyed on people and made them cough up this sludge, and they did some freaky, creepy things up in the woods. It was not even close to transgenderism. No. No. That was just beyond the essence of creepy. But yeah, but I enjoyed the episode. But yeah, they use a lot of words that a lot of people would not like today, like, as I said, transvestite and stuff like that. It was never a politically correct show. You're talking about the 90s, when that was not even a thing. And yeah. So I'm going to end it here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and until next time, may you be happy, healthy, most importantly be safe, and read on and watch on. Bye.